Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Perez.
Hey, welcome back on this Monday morning. So we continue with the unseasonably warm air mass today. It'll also be a little breezy. We'll have a brief cool down as a frontal boundary brings in some very light wet snow and rain mixture tonight. So Tuesday will be colder than normal, and then we'll be right back to unseasonably warm conditions. So here's a look at what we can expect as we head towards this upcoming weekend. We're also tracking the potential of a strong storm system that could bring in widespread rain. But I think the thing that a lot of people are going to be talking about will be this unseasonably warm pattern for days to come. Temperatures today at least 20 to 25 degrees above the normal. This is problematic. So on our interior inland lakes, a lot of the ice will continue to thaw and melt and probably break apart. That's going to be dangerously unstable. We advise you to stay off of the lakes, and we'll also have a lot of those moving currents underneath the ice, and that again will continue to make a lot of that ice unstable. Aside from that, we could potentially also see an increase in ice jams. So that thawing, the sunshine and the warm air will help break apart those ice chunks, and a lot of that will continue to flow out, and some of which could get stuck and combine, and that could easily increase our water levels along streams and rivers. That could result in some flooding. So that's problem number 2. Problem 3 would also be flooding in low-lying areas due to the snow melt from the snowpack from that warm air and a lot of the sunshine we'll have. So for your threat meter, I did set a moderate to high risk for lake ice, ice jams, water levels, and flooding. We'll have dangerously unstable conditions in interior lakes and even along the shorelines where we do have some ice and some ice berms. Increasing thaw for those ice jams to also increasing water levels along streams and rivers, and the potential for flooding in low-lying areas. And we're going to see how this continues to unfold here as we progress throughout the week. So that's your first alert to the big threats this week with that warm up and the sunshine. Today, temperatures into the 50s for Marquette, dry conditions with a breeze out of the south and southwest, reaching upper 50s and low 60s along the Wisconsin state line this afternoon, 40s and some low 50s across the east end. The Climate Prediction Center predicting this warm air mass to stick around even into next week with a high probability of above normal temperatures across the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes through next week as well. Now, our next little clipper system still a little ways away, but it swings through with a frontal boundary tonight. This morning it is quiet out there with some clear skies across the south. It'll become a breezy day with a southwest wind today, speeds of around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here comes that frontal boundary with a little wet snow and rain mixture tonight. Midnight across the western UP, and that pushes east and fizzles out. So tomorrow morning we could start off with some slick spots. Most of Tuesday's dry and cooler, and a little light snow will skirt just near Lake Superior for early Wednesday morning. Otherwise, Wednesday dry, Thursday as well as Friday until that system comes in on Saturday. Snowfall for tonight's little frontal boundary, very minimal, half an inch, maybe isolated up to about an inch in higher elevations. But again, that's going to melt rather quickly and not be much of a problem other than some slick spots tomorrow morning. Temperatures into the 20s tomorrow, back into the 40s and 50s by the time this weekend. Friday rolls around, and then on Saturday we're tracking this strong system that could bring in widespread rain. It'll be moderate to heavy rain throughout Saturday. We could also have some rumbles of thunder with snow to follow after.
Coming up, it's a game I'm sure many of us had our eyes on last